Hello, everyone.
Yo, what
How
up,
are you?
John?
I just love seeing everyone's backgrounds. That's really why I do this.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh man,
Um,
Blake's got us beat.
yeah, I know. Look at that. What is that? I want to go to that party.
I like your barn vibe you got going.
This is
What'd
just
you
like
say?
where I live.
It's like a barn vibe over there, Lamorne.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's got. I like these wood panels.
Yeah, it's like you're in a sauna or something like that.
Yeah, or an RV from the
Uh-huh. So first, I wanted to congratulate y'all on a fantastic show. I love this show. Big
Thank
fan.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
And then my favorite episode was Black People for Rent. That was one of my favorite episodes of television ever. Yeah, and I can tell by y'all's reaction that you knew it was going to kind of be like that. Did you all talk about how you wanted to approach that subject matter before that episode, or like what did you talk about?
I know we did a general approach to the season in the beginning. Now, usually when you start a series, you get the whole cast and crew together, and the director gives a speech to say, "Hey, everybody, be safe." Kind of like a safety meeting. Be safe. Respect each other's space, so on and so forth, and let's have fun this season. This one was a little different. It was, hey, we're going to be talking about some crazy stuff. We got this as subject matter. We have that as a piece of subject matter. We were addressing, white members of the crew to say, hey, you're going to hear somebody drop the N-word a time or two. Doesn't mean you can repeat it. Like we had those really awkward conversations, and so even for this episode, because there were times on set sometimes where you'd just be like, wait, what? Who said what? Okay, and so it was we as a crew, Blake was dropping hard R-E-Rs. No. Blake's like, I'm done.
Got him.
No, but it was just a setting for us that we all knew we were going into, so we kind of had to brace ourselves for the ups and downs of what could come out of subject matter like that.
Yeah. What are y'all's thoughts on that, or anything that stood out?
I just think that particular episode, man, was it was extremely fun doing that episode. I'll say that. Just the instances that me and Blake had, with the paraphernalia, the gear, like just getting all the different stuff, set up. And right. I was gonna hustle it by any means necessary, whatever I could do. And Blake was like, please don't hustle this. please. And I'm like, no, it's cool. I'm black. I can do it.
Right.
So,
yeah. Also super awkward in the middle of Vancouver with like a huge Black People for Rent sign, like the
the crate. Somebody tried to buy a shirt from us though. You remember that, Blake?
Oh my God!
We had a whole table set up of Black People for Rent gear, and this dude was like, "Yo, like it was a white dude." He was like, "How much?"
For the person or the shirt?
No, that's incredible.
I was like, "Nah, man, nah." He was like, I got money. It was weird.
That's wild. Yo, I mean, I wish we could spend the whole time on this. We got 5 minutes, but I wanted to, before the time runs out, I wanted to talk about, your thoughts on releasing a show like this. It's a show about police brutality and race, and in the context that we're living in. What are your thoughts on, putting out some art like this? What's going through your mind?
It's unfortunate, what's happening in our world, and it's unfortunate that a show like this has to even exist. Mm-hmm. So that's what's going through my mind, is that as timely as it is, it's way more unfortunate. You know what I mean? We could put this show out in the, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, it's still going to be right on time. But what I want people to get out of this show the most is a conversation starter. Mm-hmm. Not enough people are talking about it, and I think they should. And at the end of the day, we have humor involved, so I think it's easily digestible for people. And at the end of the day, that's what I want personally for people to take away from this show, is that it made me laugh, but also let me go and talk to my neighbor about something. You know what I mean? address the fact that the barbershop closed down the street. Why did it close? You know, ask those questions. You know, your neighborhood's changing around you. Just ask, get involved. You know, figure out the why of it all. And I think that you'll start to see more and more people become activated to create change on a ground grassroots level.
Yeah, absolutely. Did y'all have any thoughts on that before we go?
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, I feel like the show is needed and necessary. As somebody who's experienced police brutality, you know, it's a lot of times, you know, when you look at Keith, Lamorne's character, where he says, you know, oh man, I thought it would happen with someone like you. It doesn't matter what you look like, or the fact that you think you're educated, or the fact that you think, oh, you know, I have a good job, I have a career. No, it's a power thing. And a lot of times, you know, when people put you in a position where you're powerless, it's not much that you can do. And it happens more often than not in our neighborhoods, to people that look like me, to people that look like you. So it needs to be seen and it needs to be talked about. And I'm happy to be a part of a project like this to bring the awareness to the masses.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like expertly done, y'all. So I don't know what else to say outside of like thank you, and I'm excited for you.
I know what you can't say. Let me borrow that jacket.
I got you.
I was just gonna say that jacket hit.
I'll mail it to your sauna.
That jacket hit.
Thanks. The sauna is located in Texas.
Okay.
He said to your sauna.
All right. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
Oh my God. It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I love your jacket.
Thank you so much. I try to like dress up for these things a little bit, but then keep one part casual. So I'm wearing just like slippers, you know?
Oh, good. I'm truly barefoot right now. So it's like,
oh, okay. Yeah,
when you're home, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, one thing for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I love this show. I really, 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 really loved it. And I loved you in it, and I was so excited to see you in it. I wanted to know, what were your first thoughts, you know, when you read the script? What kind of sold you on the show?
I just think it's cool. I think it's bold. I love that the first episode, we really hit you with like some police brutality, and the rest of the season is really showing the effects of that. And I don't think I've seen too many things that talk about the lasting effects after a racially charged incident like that. And I think it's necessary. And I also like that we're using comedy to talk about this stuff, because I think it helps put people's defenses down so that they're able to like absorb more instead of feeling, immediately attacked.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts about, obviously this is being released in a very specific climate, a specific context with everything happening in Kenosha. Do you have any thoughts about, I guess, how do you feel about putting something out like this right now?
I mean, great. I feel like I'm glad it's coming out now, because I hope people add it to the communication, to the conversation. Like, I mean, it's timely now because we're at a place where people are open to talking about this stuff and learning and hearing other perspectives, but it's also been timely. Like, none of this is new. Police brutality is not new. Like, thinking about race in art or misinterpreting race in people's art is not new. Like, these are all old topics, but I'm glad that this year we're at a place where people are definitely more open to hearing about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to see, the response of people. I don't know, because mine was so like, oh shit,
Yeah, me too. I hope it's good.
Yeah, I think it will be. One of my favorite episodes of the show was Black People for Rent. And I was wondering what sort of conversations you all might have had, like between you and the director and the crew before going into that episode.
Oh man, I mean, there's so many Black creatives on set, which I love. Like, that's not always the case. So we've all had experiences where our work has been misinterpreted. And I like that there's such a very clear visual way to put that, just to like see a white person wearing a Black People for Rent shirt and totally not get why that's not okay. And that keeps happening. I mean, we just saw Adele in Bantu Knots, and and I love her, and it hurts, but people just like, there's just so many times where you're like, oh man, we're still not there. People are still missing the mark. And I think had enough people on set who were like, yeah, I get this. I feel this. This has happened to me. And we can definitely bring that onto the screen.
Yeah. I hate to go back to Adele, but people were, posting parodies of her songs, and I was like, some of these slap. Like, I was like, some of these are much better than the original.
Remix? Okay, yes.
All right. And then, I mean, I guess sort of piggybacking on that. Do you feel like, do you sort of relate to Lamorne's character in your career? Do you ever feel like, when white people are consuming your art, that you feel like you have to compromise, or what are your thoughts on that?
Ooh, I mean, I do think there was a time where I was considering like, how are people going to perceive this? Mm-hmm. But I feel like now I'm more concerned with how the art makes me feel.
Yeah.
And I hope you understand it the way I mean it, but that's also not my responsibility. Yeah. And yeah, I hope the message gets out to the people who need to hear it. And I know it does, because I will get feedback from people who are like, thank you, I never heard this perspective before, or thank you, I have this perspective as well, but I never see it. And I love being able to put my life and my truth and my work and have that resonate with other people. I can't imagine not talking about my Blackness, because I talk about me and I am Black.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
I can't really separate it. So, I don't know if there was a time where I felt like I can't say these things, or like, oh, maybe I should rephrase it. Now I just say it because it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, once again, I want to congratulate you. I do have to get out of here, but congratulations on a great show and a great performance. I'm sad because I really wanted to come see you do stand-up, but the show sold out so quick.
Oh, wait, what town are you in?
It was like, I'm in LA.
Oh, okay.
It was like you and Solomon, Georgia.
Oh, yeah, I just saw it so quick. Yeah, this is the first outdoor show I'm doing during this moment. So we'll see.
Yeah.
It might be a little rusty, so the next time you should.
Okay, cool. I'll pull up.